Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. In this video, you're going to learn the number one most important word for you to be using in your content marketing, in your advertising, in your sales copy, and pretty much everywhere. If you're not using this word and you're approaching this from the wrong angle, you will literally be repelling your audience. They won't read your content, they won't watch your videos, they won't take action on your calls to action because you're going to be missing them without this word. When you do use this word correctly, you play right into their thought processes in a way that has them feeling like you're having a conversation with them. Exactly as I'm trying to do here with you in this exact moment. So what is the number one word? It's the word you. And it's writing all of your content in a standpoint of speaking to the actual person who you're communicating with. You want to be focused on one individual, and when you speak and use you speak kind of phrases, what happens is it actually sinks into people because every human being is tuned into WIIFM. What's in it for me? That's an old Zig Ziglar quote, and that comes straight out of old school sales tactic, but it's true. All human beings are going around, and pretty much the whole thinking process is always in the form of questions. And it's always questioning what we're observing in our environment and what does this mean to me? What does this mean for me? Or what's in it for me? And if someone's reading your sales message, if someone's reading your advertisement, or even watching your YouTube video, listening to your podcast, that's what they're thinking. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? And when you speak to them with that you terminology, right? Not talking about yourself, but talking about them and their situation, their problems, their wants, their desires, and their potential solutions and outcomes, they get captivated by that and they want to pay attention. A real world example of this, if you've ever met someone who has a kind of a propensity to talk about themselves in the presence of you, it gets pretty annoying pretty quickly. There's some people who they just talk about themselves all day long. I did this, I did that, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. And it takes about 2 minutes maximum for most of us to completely tune them out and start to look for our escape route. Now, if you're writing or doing your videos or creating content in a standpoint where you're talking about, I did this, I'm like this, we do this, no one actually cares. And they're going to tune you out just like you would tune out that person that you met who does nothing but talk about themselves. Social media is a great example of this. I have put so many people on my Facebook feed and even on Instagram on mute and block them because all they do is talk about themselves. I traveled here, I did this, I ate that, I'm over here, I'm so good at this, I didn't do that, I'm not good at this, I fell down, I slipped, I did this. And those kinds of approaches to content marketing really do repel people because it's not inviting others into the story. When we use social media, digital marketing, content marketing from a standpoint of using the you more than the it actually draws people in because the end user, whether they're on their mobile device or on their laptop or reading or watching it on a video, they have the thought of, wow, they're really talking to me. I really feel, I get where they're coming from on this. They feel like they're having a conversation because a real conversation, I would ask you questions. Where have you been? What have you been up to? How's life? What's going on? I'm asking you these questions. I'm not propelling my ideas or my philosophies about everything I've been up to in my life or what I'm planning. I'm asking you about yours, and that gets you talking because we humans, we love to talk about ourselves. It is true, but we don't necessarily love to be in the presence of others who do nothing but talk about themselves. When I was building my marketing arbitrage business, when I was doing SEO services and WordPress services, people have asked me a lot recently, like, how did you get clients? I would go in and meet business owners, whether it was at their place of work, at their business themselves, or whether it was at a networking event, a meetup group that I ran, or a Chamber of Commerce event, or a Business Networking International event, and I would ask them questions. Where do you get your customers from? How well do you you rank on YouTube? How well do you rank on Google? Are you on the map? Do you use WordPress? Who updates your website? How do you do content marketing? Are you putting out marketing all the time? How's your Yelp looking? How are all these things? And business owners, they know, they'll talk about it. And once you get them talking, they can get on a roll. And they will clearly, if you ask the right kinds of questions, they will tell you every single problem that they have. They'll tell you every perceived block that they believe that they have. They will essentially tell you every single objection you're going to need to overcome if you're in a sales cycle with them. And then you simply got to let them know that you can help them overcome their blocks, answer their objections, and you've essentially kind of made it to the point where they're ready for a proposal and they're ready for your help. Even in our videos, you may have noticed I started this video out with, you are going to learn the number one word. I did not start this video out with, I'm going to tell you what the number one word is, right? It's very subtle. And when you're looking back in at your copy, it's so important to think and kind of have that moment of, okay, did I position this with the you word or I phraseology? And then I just go in and really work. I said I totally noticed it right there. And obviously it's unavoidable at some points, but then you are able to go in and correct these moments in your copy where you have used the other terminology and replace it with you-based phrasing. Obviously you look for where you've said I or we, and then you start to tweak that, put the you in there, but then you got to change the words around it so it makes clear sense. It's often a little bit of a mental exercise, and for me, it's generally the last thing that I do before publishing something. So for me to rephrase that, to take a little dose of my own advice, it's going to be the last thing that you want to do with your copy before publishing it. You will run through and do your basic proofreading, your spell checking, and all of those things, and then once you're done with that, you go through and look, did I use the word you, or am I speaking from an I-based standpoint, and correct as you need from there. Because when your copy is written in the right way, when you use that you speak, and the readers who are finding your content read your content, they'll think, aha, they get me. They are speaking, they get me. And when they have that moment of comfort because you're using the right language pattern that mixes in with our natural way our brain asks ourselves questions all day long, and then your content answers that question in the right wording that matches with that internal conversation I have, the reader, your readers, your viewers will get more comfortable and more willing to go through your content more. And that's obviously the goal, right? You want your readers to read all of your blog posts, and then you want your readers to click on your call to action at the end and join your email list. Then you want your readers of your sales letters or your video sales letters to go through the entire piece, right? If your viewers don't make it through your video sales letter, if your readers don't make it through your written sales letter, there's no way they're even going to see your offer. So using the right language patterns are so important. And a little kind of bonus thing here at the end, the number 2 word for you to use in your copy is the word because. When you offer a because, you need to do this because. When I say you need to write in you speak because, that's the way that the brain works, and your you speak writing will play in with the brain. I have given you a reason why to do the thing. So when you are creating content, you and because are 2 of the most powerful words that you can use, and the because gives them just a reason why the thing you told them will work for them. So as you're creating your content, I don't care if this is free level content or paid content, be sure that you're using that part of speech that comes from the you standpoint, so you're playing into the conversation that everyone has, so you're answering that kind of subconscious question that every human is always asking, what's in it for me? And when your content connects with them in that way, and all your competitors don't get this and they're just sitting there talking about themselves all the time, your content will get picked up. You will become the trusted advisor from this one little tweak on your languaging patterns. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, get at me in the comments. I'm happy to answer your questions when I have time. Give me a thumbs up if you like. If you know somebody who needs this video, grab the URL, send it out to them, click subscribe, do what you do. Share, engage, however you want to share. I appreciate all of the engagement. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your time. I hope this has been helpful, and I'm going to put out another video for you in a couple of days to keep moving this forward, to keep helping you on your path of creating a successful online business. That is my goal. That is my vision I'm holding for you, and I hope you found this to be helpful again, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Until then, be well, and I'll see you again soon.